Well, hello there. And this is Auntie. Okay, what am I doing over here? And I am here to do my review of 90 Day Fiance, The Single Life, Season 1, Episode 21, Chasing a Ghost. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe. To all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with me for the long haul. Wait a minute, y'all, I'm setting up. Thank you all so much for your continued support. I will be right back after this introduction.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop
auntie
boop.
that
You can make this up. Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lives, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
So, y'all, if I had to rate this episode of The Single Life, Season 1, Episode 21, I will rate this episode a C. I thought it was okay, right? I mean, what can you expect these days, right? Things are not as interesting as they used to be, but we're trying to deal with the new norm. So the first person that I want to talk about is Fernanda. I did not watch it, okay? I did not watch Fernanda at all. As soon as I saw her walking down the street and dealing with the new roommate, I was done. I just was like, you know what? I can't do Fernanda. I won't do Fernanda. And it's just as simple as that. I think her storyline is extremely boring. And I don't want to watch a moving show, or I will be watching another channel, right? Like HGTV. I don't want to see somebody moving. And so I couldn't watch it. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure that you all knew that I brought Discovery Plus so that you don't have to. Okay, so the next couple that or the person that I want to talk about is Brittany and Terrence. Of course, we all know that Brittany was going out with a gentleman by the name of Jason, and Jason wanted, he wanted to be body yaddy. And so Brittany decided that she didn't want to give up her body yaddy. And so she sent him, to the sofa and then packing and getting the hell up out of her home. And so Brittany went back to a rebound with Terrence. And so, of course, she had ghosted him the whole time that her friend Jason was in town. And now that he's gone, now she's all of a sudden interested in him. So, of course, the two of them went out on a date and everything. And so we see Brittany's homeboy come over, and the two of them, get to twerking. And I was like, Brittany got a little bit of skills. I can't be mad. I can't hate on her. Brittany had some twerking skills for real. I mean, she could probably teach a little twerking class or 5. Because it's going to take about 5 for me to get them moves down and get them knees lubricated enough. You know what I'm saying? To get down there dirty and funky with it like that. But I absolutely enjoyed it. But the conversation between her and her boyfriend, or he's her friend, was very boring. And, Brittany basically was talking about herself and trying to get herself together to, be in this relationship with this gentleman, and that's what happened with Brittany. And so I ain't gonna BS y'all, leave y'all out here longer than you gotta be, right? I'm gonna just go ahead on the cut to the chase up in this mofo. Plus, I'm babysitting two little animals today, right? They up here and they don't want to be up here. One of them is asleep and the other one is pacing. Of course, you all know who the pacer is. The pacer would indeed be Mayday. Okay? That's what we affectionately call her. May. Maisie is pacing. So I ain't got time to be playing around. So the next couple that or person that I would like to talk about is um who else was on the show? Colty and Vanessa. What can I say? Colty and Vanessa are in Great Bear or somewhere their asses is on vacation. And they have, been going back and forth about their relationship. Of course, we all know that Colty had talked to his mother about he had talked to his mom about proposing to Vanessa. Mom Debbie thinks that it's too early for him to do so because she just got out of a relationship. But Colty is like, in order for me to solidify this relationship with her, I need to, propose to her and let her know that I love her. This is the only way. There are only two ways that Colty knows how to make a woman believe that he's in love with her. One is by him having sex with her 24/7, and then the other one is an engagement and a marriage, or at least the hopes of a marriage. And so they're having a good time. They wake up in the morning and everything, and they have a conversation about last night. Now, Colty asked Vanessa for a quickie, and Vanessa was like, "Okay, we just had sex." And Colty was like, "Oops, dag on it, I forgot." Now, I don't know if if his thing is numb or maybe his, third leg got dementia or something, Alzheimer's. I don't know. But if you just finished making love, passionate love to a woman, then you should remember and not be asking for a quickie so soon. I don't know if he doesn't know how to satisfy himself, if he has some type of addiction. I don't know what the hell this is, right? That Colty is doing, but I feel so sorry for Vanessa. Vanessa has a serious fear of whether or not she's going to be able to um satisfy him. And guess what, Vanessa? I got the same fear. I don't know if you're going to be enough to satisfy this man because I think that he needs some serious therapy, and the therapy that he seriously needs, he's running away from and doesn't feel like he needs to take this therapy. But I disagree with him absolutely. And so they begin to talk about the relationship, and so Vanessa's like, we just did it. And he was like, when we came in last night, we were tired and everything, and we went to sleep, but we made up for it in the morning time. And so Vanessa is always left wondering, truly whether or not she's going to be able to sit down, Maisie, whether or not she's going to be able to satisfy this man. And so they decide that they're going to go out and, tour the grounds, and they're going to have, a little picnic lunch. And so Colty packs up, some sandwiches and stuff like that for the two of them, and they begin to seriously talk again. Now, at this point, Colty is not sure whether or not he's going to propose to Vanessa because he indicated that if he proposes to her and she says no, that he's not going to want to propose to her again. He's going to lose interest in her if she says no. And so I'm like, Maisie, please. Excuse me 1 second. Come on up here and sit down. Sit. Excuse me, y'all. Sit, Maisie. That's that pretty girl. That's that pretty girl. Excuse me. I hate when I have to. She's walking around the camera, right? And I don't know why. Maisie, please have a seat. If stuff start to falling, it's Maisie's fault. She's like right at the camera and will not move and will not sit. So I'm going to have to start doing some videos called Maisie and Me. Okay. So anyway, they go to this park and they decide that they're going to sit down and they're going to talk about, the relationship. And so Colty asks Vanessa, what do you think the problem is? Do you think that the problem is sex? And so Vanessa says, I don't know whether or not you'll ever be satisfied, and I'm afraid of losing you. So, of course, Vanessa starts crying, which shocked the hell out of me, right? Because, when you see these relationships, you don't know whether or not they're true, they're fake. I mean, there's so many people who are indicating that production told them to do this and production told them to do that. And so, because of that, you don't know what's real. But Vanessa really was, or appeared to be, really talking from her heart and indicating that she is scared to lose Colty because she doesn't think that, the sex is enough. And that is really where Colty is putting the primary important, right, the, his the importance to me. If I was Vanessa and I was in a relationship with Colty, I would think the same thing. He's putting so much importance and significance on the sexual part of the relationship and not on the love part of the relationship. And so Colty, cannot believe that Vanessa is crying and everything. And so, they decide that they're, she gets herself together and everything. And Colty tells her that it's not the sex, that they, basically, have to work on their relationship and all that old kind of bull crap. And so he decides, Vanessa says, let's go down to the dock. And so Colty says, let me go and take all the things back to the car, the food, the cooler, and all of that kind of stuff. And I'll be right back. I'll meet you there. And so he goes to the car and he's stunned that Vanessa is crying. And he sees this as an indication that she really does love him. And they say they love one another like over and over and over again. And so then, Colty goes to the car to put everything back and then he grabs the engagement ring and he puts it in his back pocket and he has every intention on proposing to Vanessa. I guess maybe next week or the week after next. We'll find out whether or not the two of them decided to get engaged or, whatever it is. The next couple that I want to talk about is Ed and Liz. So, of course, we know when we left off last week that that Ed had pressured Liz into flying to Vegas or Nevada to go and see his daughter Tiffany. Of course, when she got there, Tiffany was mad and angry, and allegedly it took them 30 minutes. According to Ed, it took them 30 minutes to even just speak to one another. Now we know that Tiffany came in guns blazing. She was nasty. She was very brash with Liz and everything. She talked about her looks, said that she needed some damn Botox and some more stuff, right? And so, we know that this meeting did not go well. Well, it comes to find out that they all decided, at the end of this date, this get together that didn't go well, that they were all going to go out to a club together. And so they went to the club together, and I guess one of Tiffany's girlfriends came in to the club with them and everything. And the girlfriend and Tiffany was sitting around talking about Liz damn near in Liz's face. And, saying, why can't he find somebody older? Why does he have to have this younger girl? I'm sure that they were talking about her looks and all of that kind of stuff. And so, Liz got really upset about it and they left. Now, after they left and went back, Ed knew, that Liz was visibly upset and in Ed's fashion began to harass and berate her and ask her what the hell is happening, what's going on, why do you feel like this? So she told Ed, Ed, I don't want to talk about it right now, leave it alone. And so of course Ed just kept on going on and on. You got to tell me what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong, what, like what? And so of course, she said that, she decided that she just couldn't take it anymore. She booked herself a cotton freaking plane, got her a plane ticket, bitch, and got the fuck up out of there and left its ass. Because she said she just could not continue to have him ask her the same questions over and over and over again. She was, frankly, really, really tired of Ed doing that. I don't know what that is about Ed's personality that causes him to, just like a little kid, like, can I get some candy? Can I get some candy? Can I get some candy from the ice cream truck? Can I get some candy from the ice cream truck, please? Can I get a popsicle from the ice cream truck? Just going on and on. So anyway, this needs to be removed. Oh God. Do I have any mods out here? I'm gonna have to put that word in my oh God. I'll go back and get it. So anyway, what was I saying? That just threw me all the way off. So anyway, she decided to leave Ed. And so we see Ed brokenhearted and everything, and just, say, how much he loves Liz and stuff like that. And he wants to be with her. And he could not understand what happened. He knew it was something that happened with his daughter and all of that kind of stuff. I know that there have been allegations going around that Ed and Liz have broken up. But according to Discovery Plus and the show that I saw today, as of right now, they're not broken up. Now, maybe somebody knows something that I don't know, that they broke up. Okay. But I mean, she left, but she didn't leave him. Okay. She left, but she didn't leave him. So anyway, the two of them, decide that, they're going to have a conversation. Ed went and talked to one of his girlfriends, Lily, and just was telling her, about Liz and how, he, what happened and everything in the relationship. And, she just was telling Ed, thank you. She was just telling, let me take these off. She was telling Ed that, he, needed to pump his brakes and all of that kind of stuff. Ed needs to look for a woman that is older than himself. And I don't know if he's looking at these young women or these younger women thinking that, these are women that I can control and all that kind of stuff. I can break them down, tear down their self-esteem, just wear them down and everything, and then just, totally daddy and father them. I just don't understand what his end game is for dating these younger women like this. But if he likes it, I don't love it. And if he loves it, I don't like it. I just think that, he's just too old to be dating these women. And so we see Ed and Liz hook back up. She's coming over to the house to have a conversation with Ed because they haven't talked to each other in 4 days. And so after they haven't talked to each other, she comes to Ed's house and everything. She's got her blankie. And mind you all, remember that in real life, she's already introduced Ed to her little girl. She alleges that, she didn't know Ed prior to this, but she says that her daughter watches the show. So I'm confused as hell. How can your daughter be watching the show and you not be familiar with the characters that are on there? I mean, I'm telling you, when my daughter was young enough and she was watching cartoons, bitch, I was watching them with her. And the ones that I wasn't watching with her, I knew who all the cartoon characters was, what land they lived in, bitch, whether or not they was blue, purple, Teletubbies, Oompa Loompas. Bitch, I knew exactly what my daughter was looking at. So I find it very hard to believe that Liz did not know Ed before. But anyway, so they get to Ed's house and everything, and they start talking about, the incident. And that's when Liz goes into detail about the things that happened and the stuff that they were saying. And she said, I was sitting right beside Tiffany. How could she not know that I was hearing everything that she was saying about me? I mean, yeah, Tiffany. But the thing about it was Tiffany didn't give it down because the stuff that Tiffany was saying, evidently Tiffany wanted her to know that she was saying it, right? So anyway, Ed, doesn't take into consideration what Liz is saying. All he wants Liz to know is how he felt about this. So, basically he told, Liz that when she left, he had a damn panic attack. And so, of course, Liz being a young girl, right, 2 divorcee, times over, she sits there and cries because now she has to deal with his stuff. See, Ed doesn't give anybody an opportunity to deal with this stuff. He make everything about him. And it's so sad to watch this situation go on and feel like, okay, and I said, and feel like this girl is being manipulated by one of the best. Liz is out of her league with Ed. Ed has been doing this for a long time, and she just seems to come off very naive, very, very naive. She's out of her league. This mofo is running circles around her mind, and it's just very disheartening for me to see it. So, of course, she sits there and, she's got a hit and he's had a panic attack and he, faking like he's getting ready to cry because Liz is crying, but he don't give a damn. So he said, Liz, what's the problem? And Liz was like, you're a good boyfriend. You got a good heart and everything, but you don't listen. And Ed doesn't listen because Ed doesn't have to listen. Ed is listening with an ear that's saying, when am I going to launch that attack, in my opinion? And so, of course, he asked her, am I your forever man? Am I your soulmate? Am I the one that you want to spend the rest of your life with? And she was like, wait a minute, pump your brakes. It's too soon for you to be asking me something like that. I do want to, save this relationship and stay in this relationship with you. But I do not, okay, I do not know what's going to happen in the future, especially given the fact that I've already got 2 divorces under my belt. So I just, I don't understand what's going on with this relationship, right? I'm really struggling. Kind of watching these segments, but bitch, I can't, it's like a train wreck. You just cannot turn away. So the next couple and the last couple that I want to talk about is Danielle. As we all know, Danielle went on a date, honey, in Ocean City that was set up by her girlfriends by this stray man or stray animal that was walking the street. Danielle goes out on a date with him, and honey, she thinks that this is the date of all dates. Well, except for the fact that he ghosted her ass. And so Danielle was like, you know what? I've been ghosted. I thought that we had a connection and we didn't have a connection. So I'm going to go ahead on and, set me up a dating a site. So, I mean, dating profile. So Danielle goes on a dating profile, sets it up for herself. She said, bitch, within 30 minutes, she had a hit. Now, Danielle, of course, we all know. So Danielle, I think she must have heard my daughter come through the door. So Danielle, sets up her own thing. She gets a hit from this guy. She goes out on a date with him, and he asked her out on a second date. Except for the fact that he is gone to Arizona, I believe she said, to go and visit his children. They would be going out on a date already. But you know what? He said, you know what? Hell with it. I'm gonna set up a date with her and we're going out again. And so Danielle is, did not tell her homegirls about it before the fact. And so now she's reaching out to her homegirls and telling her homegirls that, she's started this dating app. She went out on a date and now she has a second one. This guy's name is Robert. He seems like he's a very decent human being. He's an older gentleman, got that, sparse hair and everything, just need to go ahead on and cut it all off. But he seems to be a very good match and he seems to really like Danielle. So it's really good to see Danielle smiling and being happy and all that kind of stuff, right? Like I'm shocked as hell that Danielle really found her somebody. I mean, and genuinely, this guy doesn't seem like an actor. He actually seems like a real live mofo. So Danielle, is getting prepped up for her wedding. She was talking about, putting the tracks in, but she was like, I don't want to scare this out the man. And I'm like, no, you don't. And so he comes to the house. He picks Danielle up when he went to Arizona. He picked up a shot glass for Danielle and brought Danielle some fresh cut flowers. And Danielle said that this was the first time that she ever received real flowers from a man. And I was like, God damn. I mean, times must have been hard for Danielle. Danielle coming up, right? So anyway, this guy says that he really wants a woman who's going to care about him, who's going to be respectable and really want a relationship and wants to have a commitment. And that is who Danielle is. And so the two of them decide that they're going to go axe throwing. And so Danielle goes axe throwing with him, and she's doing a poor job, and he's hitting the targets and all of that kind of stuff. And she's relaxed and having a great time, great conversation with him. He's a perfect gentleman in every way that you would think a perfect gentleman would be. And then he starts helping Danielle to throw the axe, and so he's behind Danielle, and that she has the axe in her hand, and he's got his hands over hers, and just telling her, throw it like this, Danielle. Don't throw it, with the left eye. Don't throw it with that eye. Throw it with this eye. That eye right there, that's not working good. So when you get the axe, bring that bitch over, okay? So Danielle is, she's finally gets one in, and she's having a great time. So the two of them begin to sit down, they sit down at a table and everything because they're going to discuss, and get to know each other more because that's what you do. You conversate when you on these dates and stuff. And, Danielle, he asked Danielle about her past a little bit, just a little bit, a smidget. I'm talking about bitch a smidget. And Danielle starts talking about Muhammad. And, she was saying that her last relationship did not work. And she was trying not to go into detail about the relationship while trying to express to him that, she had a deep wound. And so, the dude was like, all right, then, what's the wound? So she said, my ex said some things to me that, just was like really fucked up, right? And so, he doesn't know what she's talking about, or at least he's acting like he doesn't. And so Danielle, it says that she needs to talk to him about what has caused her not to date anybody in a long time. And that's because Muhammad said that no man would ever have sex with her. Um, and so as Danielle begins to start telling the story, Danielle said, wait a minute, excuse me for a minute. Excuse me for a minute. So, she goes running across the side of the damn place and everything. I'm like, the fuck is going on? So, she gets over there. She's like, oh, oh, I can't believe I've got to talk. I got to get this off of me. I've got to tell him about what happened with me and mom. Oh, mom. Danielle, no, you don't. And even if you do have to tell him or you want to have that discussion with him because he may see an episode, it's just not that damn serious, Danielle. You cannot be a victim forever, Danielle. At some point, as a woman, you got to put your drawers on. I ain't even gonna say your big girl drawers. You just gotta put your drawers on, reach in real deep, pop your bra strap, and move the hell on. If you know that these things and these allegations that this man made about you, Danielle, is not true, move the fuck on. Here you got a man that loves you. He's already got or likes you. Okay, pause, auntie. He already has a liking for you. This is your second date with him. You're having a wonderful evening with a wonderful man who brought you flowers. Flowers that you've never received from a man in your life. And you use your evening to talk and cry about something that Muhammad said. Danielle, get over it. Get over it. I know you don't. I really don't feel like reading you, Danielle. I'm gonna be honest. I don't. I don't feel like reading you. Okay, Jessica. Jessica said, "Pop that bra again." You gotta pop that bra, boo. Ooh, that one stung, Jessica. I don't want to read Danielle because I've read her enough, but she really has to grow up. Um, Thank you so much, Tanya Lewis, for the 4.99 super chat. Stop tripping, okay? I don't understand what it is that makes Danielle cry like that. and makes her act like that and totally disconnect from reality and from what's really going on. I missed this one. Thank you, KC, for the $5 super chat. Hello, family, auntie. Love those glasses. Just popped in to say hi and have a great night. Thank you, KC. Thank you. I don't know what it is that, okay, absolutely, Rebecca. It's just you got what you wanted. And then the things like that, when you don't know proper timing and how to handle a situation, it'll run a mofo from you, even though they very well may like you. Anyway, y'all, that is the end of my review of 90 Day Fiance, The Single Life, Season 1, Episode 21, Chasing Ghosts, something like that. I don't know. Maybe the ghost chasing has something to do with Fernanda, but bitch, I didn't see nobody else chasing ghosts. Maybe they was talking about her. Okay. Thank you so much, Jessica. Oh, for the 4.99 super chat. She can't be the victim forever, and she never said it. It is true. She never said that thing won't stank it. Well, maybe she'll tell this gentleman that the thing ain't stanking. Okay? But if it's stanking, just go ahead to the GYN. See, here's the thing. You never complain about something unless you have a solution. When Muhammad told her that her stuff was smelling like fish grease, he told her how to fix it. Go to an OBGYN. Wasn't like he didn't come with a solution or at least, a plan. Bitch, he said go to the gynecologist. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. Again, y'all, this is the end of my review. Thank you to everybody who super chatted. Thank you so much to all of my moderators who always keep the chat nice and safe so that everybody can enjoy themselves. I hope that you are ready tonight, for our chat and nightcat talking all things 90 Day Fiance, happily ever after. I'll be coming back to you in the next few minutes, and I will see you all then. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And don't forget when you subscribe to hit that notification bell so that you get notified every time that I go live. I love you all to pieces, and y'all have a great night. Bye, y'all.